All right, so we're going to start with the plie series, and we're going to do it starting with narrow stance, and we're going to do it with more of a senior fit with the upper body and the lower body combined. So for this one, you're going to have your feet shoulder width apart. So I'll just go back over that again. How do you know? I like to just bring my arms straight down from my shoulders and take a look. That's about where my heels are going to be. Again, these are starting positions, so you want to be wherever you're comfortable. That for me is about shoulder width apart. My toes are going to be at about an 11 o'clock and a 1 o'clock. It's not a wide turnout of the foot, but they're also not parallel, so you do have a slight turnout. Then just think, give me a little bend in the knee. Good. Tailbone is down. Of course, the ribs are up, and you can still shift back into your heels. So again, the whole concept here is that when you go up and down, you can't go up and down far when you're narrow. So just bend down to wherever you can go still comfortably. Now we know we're still pressing out gently, okay? But in this position, pretty much when you bend the knees are going to go out. And then as you come up, you're coming up, think about pulling the sit bones in so you can really kind of feel that, and then take it back down again. Good work, keeping the tail. So see, we can't go down very far, but you can still feel what's happening. Shifting back, see at this point when you're here, can you be on the center and the last 3 toes? If you can get yourself to the last center and last 2 toes, so that's 3 toes, then automatically your legs are going to be out in a good position. And then just come all the way up. Kind of squeeze it up, beautiful, and back down. Good. So give me a thumbs up. Everybody's knees okay there? You feeling good in those positions? Good work. Okay, so now that we've got the lower body, now we're going to start with the upper body, okay? So listen, just being in this position, you're going to feel like you're working out here. Let's do a hand away and a hand away here. Beautiful. So you're in a strong mitten. In other words, scoop the fingers back, thumbs are up. Good work. Now, I want you to just think, lift your girls, shoulders down, and slowly bring those arms right out to the shoulders. Good work. All right, now from here, taking your thumbs and roll everything back. Yes, reach away. Nice work. Okay, now from here, bring the hands back up forward. I kind of lost my place a little bit. Sorry, I was helping you do something else that we didn't need to do. Let's bend a little deeper. I want you to focus on shoulders down, but bring the arms up to a V. Shift back in your heels, big V. Good work. Now, I want you to inhale and hunch from up under the rib cage. Lift up. That's a big fascia stretch. Keep the arms wide, shoulders down. Yeah, that's the trick, is to get your ribs up, shoulders down. Now just bring the arms to here. And then you're ready. Start to lower them. Now I'm straightening my legs, pressing the thighs back. I'm going to come all the way down till my pinkies touch. I'm tight, I'm tight, I'm tight. And release. Good work, you guys. Now, hands here, give me a bear claw. So now you're pulling the knuckles back. Beautiful. Bring those arms right to here. Good work. I'm hoping I'm big for you. I'm going to come up here just so you can see. So even right here, I'm going ribs up. Nice. Bend your arms, maybe even a little bit more. How does it feel if you bring your elbows slightly forward? Can you feel that engagement now on the upper arm? Beautiful. All right. Now, let me just see what we're doing. Joyce, bring your hands in a little bit more to the center of your body. Good work. Now, just zipper up to the top of the head. So top, middle of head. Beautiful. Just give me an opening to your W. Gosh, my hands are always opposite here in this. Good work. Okay, hey, Allison, drop your arms a little lower. Good, that's better. So we're thinking ribs up and release. come out. Good work. Monica, give me wider forearms. Yes, you ready? We're going to do a lat pull, you guys. Ribs up, release. Nice. Whoever has theirs that says administer on there, open your arms wider. You're in a white shirt. Thank you. Ribs up. Drop, drop, really get your ribs up and release. Good. That's intense, isn't it? Now bring it to here. Just zipper it down for me. Zip it down. So I am like really activated, okay? So Allison, keep those arms out wide and really activate. There you go. Nice work. Flip to here, you guys, and we're going to take it up into a wide V. You're going to straighten the legs, but keep a slight bend in the knee. In other words, don't lock them. Keep it bent just a little bit. Reach up from under your rib cage. Come back down to here. Good work. We're zipping her up. We're opening into a big W. Good work. Whoa, I look miserable. Okay, so Tracy, can you drop the elbows lower? So you're here, you want to be here in a W. Yes. Now think, elbow to the front, hand back. Excellent. Just that little bit did great. Come up to here. Zip it down. Take it out. And we're going up to a V. Going up to a big V. Good work, you guys. And back. Reach up from under your rib cage. Let's just go one more time because I want you to really feel this. Take it to here. So again, I'm really activated. My elbows are slightly forward. I'm stretching my thumbs. And yes, great. Bring it up to the top. Open to a wide W. So it's a W. Good. All right. So Linda, I would drop your elbows lower. And your hands are kind of like this. See if you can bring them to here. Isn't that weird how the hands move even? Good work, you guys. Bring them straight up. Then zip down, and I'm going to go all the way to the side and zip her up. Woo! Reach up from under the rib cage. Keep it wide, Monica, not up by your ears. Everybody wide, wide, wide. Wide, wide. You want to feel a stretch across here. Now, shift forward. Lift your heels if you can. Can you come into a W, keeping the heels lifted? And drop it. Okay, good work, you guys. And shake it out. Shake everything out. Let's grab some water. That was good. The W is challenging, isn't it? How do I do a W? In this position, that W is, so on these W's, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. When I'm looking at myself to see what I'm doing, it's opposite of the arm. And I am so opposite challenged. So I apologize if one side looks more than the other. I do know what I'm doing. It just looks weird in the camera. All right, so it's a little bit wider. And it's like this. All right, so in other words, it's not in. It's not up. It's wide on the forearm. And then you go to here and you think ribs up. Good, better. So Tracy, how would it feel if you brought your forearms out wider? This part. Yes. And now lift them up, everybody. Come up a little bit and think ribs up, release. So you're doing a lat pull, okay? Lat pull, release. Beautiful. Lat pull, palms are forward, release. All right, good. That's where you want to be with that one, okay? Now, when we're doing this, you can go a little lower. But on Senior Fit, it's just like to here, okay? And wide. Gosh darn it, I can't seem to get my arms even. I would be telling myself, what are you doing, girl? But you guys get the picture. Very nice. Now, we're going to go back in again. And now we're going to do our W's and up, straight arms and up. So that's pretty simple. One thing to remember, though, on the Senior Fit one, we don't go to here. We go to here. And really feel the difference, you guys. Just come up. Feel the difference between here and here. Like, I personally love it out here. Think shoulders down, and you're really pulling those arms back a little bit. So you get a nice stretch right in here. Here, the only thing that happens is that our shoulders lift, and that's tough on the neck. That's why I'm kind of picky about where you're putting your arms and that, so that we're not all hunched up in our shoulders. Okay, so let's get back in. We're going to go back in, shoulder width apart, bend the knees, tailbone, ribs are up, shift back. Good. See if you can get last three toes. If the words ankles out to the side help you, do it that way. Sometimes different words work for different people. Let's come out, hand away, hand away. Give me a bear claw. Good work. Now I want you to think, shoulders down, bend a little deeper as you come right to your big old V. Good, big V. Reach up from under your rib cage. Give me a big reach, not from the shoulders, but the ribs. And then end with, give me a W, the wide W. Good work. Now, straighten the legs, but you're turning them out as you come back up. All the way straight, shoulders down. So you can keep your shoulders down. Nice work. Straight arms down to your pinky touches, all the way down. Now, when you came to here, good, here's what I want you to check. Did you release? That's the difference. You want to keep those ribs up even though the hands are here, and you're going to feel it under here. And then we're going to go back up into your big V. Good work. So let's go just a little faster. So we're going to go to a W. W, reach up. You're straightening the leg, but keep a slight bend. Then take it all the way down. Keep the ribs up, ribs up, ribs up, and bring it all the way back up, big V. Give me a W. Bring it straight up, squeezing the glutes. Take it all the way down and bring it back up. Last one, you ready? Bring it W. Bring it up. Nice work. Reach all the way away, pinky touch. Bring it back up to a wide V. Now straighten the legs, turning them out. Reach up from under the rib cage. Shift your weight forward so you can see if you can lift the heels. Balancing on all 10 ball joints. Beautiful balance, you guys. Can you bend then and give me a big W? Wider here. Try not to bring the elbows in. That's it, Monica. Good work. And drop it and shake it all out. Nice. Beautiful. So it seems like as we kept going, you started to really connect to that. That was beautiful. Let's go in now, and we're just going to do these. Now, when we do chest presses, we'll just focus on that for a second. You're going to have your bear claw. Let me just kind of come up. What are the important things? Important things are that you want that elbow right in alignment with the shoulder and wrist and elbow in a straight line. That can be challenging. A lot of people open the forearms too much. And the other thing that a lot of people do is they hyperextend the arms behind, the elbow behind the shoulder. You want them right out in front, in alignment if possible. Okay, so let's bring our little feet back in. Good, bending those knees, tailbones down, thigh bones are back. Great work. And then just bring it in. Now, when you bring it in, you're not trying to touch the elbows. That's not really the idea. Everybody lift your elbows up. You want the elbows slightly higher than the shoulder. Elbow and wrist in a straight line. Okay, elbow and wrist in a straight line. Why? Sometimes if you and some people do this, you want it right to here. Stretch your thumbs and right there think shoulders back. And then open, but just to the shoulder evenly. Let me just see. Okay, Monica, so just check, Mon. Right now your forearms are out. You want them right in alignment. I know it's weird and like, does that really matter? But it does, because it's about these angles that create the challenge. So Allison, your arms are out a little bit wide. Just bring your forearms in. A little bit more. There. So just look over now. Can you see how now they're in alignment? In other words, alignment meaning they're not open from here. You guys did it. Beautiful. Let's just do one more. And shake it out when you need to. I know I talk a lot. It's okay. But gee, just holding this is really giving you some great movement. Open the arms, open the legs. Good, one more time, bring it in. Good, really feel that, shoulders back, knuckles back, stretch your thumbs. Those are the extra points that you get and up. Good work. Lift it up a little higher, Cindy. Elbows up, elbows up, elbows up. There. Shake it out, you guys. Nice work. Now, it feels like when we're here, like, oh, I'm there, right? But the difference between here and here makes all the difference because we're trying to get those long, lean, dense muscles full fiber. So it has to be in that great alignment. Nice work though, you guys, beautiful. Now we're gonna do the combo, okay? So the combo is just bringing it up into your wide V and then back to here. So let's just play with up from here. You don't have to even do the leg if it's getting to be too much for you. Just wide V and then just right to here. Good, so let me just see where you're at. Cindy, I can't tell. Monica, I can't tell. I think you need to be up higher, elbows up high, there. And just make sure that you're not hyperextending behind. I think your left arm is back a little bit more than the other one. And again, these are just little things. Bear clawing, pulling the knuckles back. Stretch your thumbs. Stretch your thumbs. Beautiful. All right, so just two, and then I promise you'll get out of here. You ready? So it's in and open. Let's combo. Let's bring it up. V. So you ready? You're going to go ribs up right to the shoulder. You're going to bring it in right here. And you're going to open back out. One more time. Bring it up. Bring it to the shoulder. Beautiful. Bring it in and open. Let's end as we go up. So we're going to go up. Good work. Now straighten the legs, pressing them back. Reach up from under the rib cage. Shift your weight forward. Lift the heels. Beautiful balance. Keep those arms straight and wide. Bend the knees a little. Keep the heels up into a W. Drop the heels. And you did it. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right. Ta-da! You have now done the plies for Senior Fit. So you can see there's a little bit of challenge in there in terms of just getting the upper body, especially if you have any shoulder issue. You just want to do it to the best of your ability. But everybody looked good. Everybody kept their back straight. See, so it's easier to do that with this. Now, just as an aside, I am going to teach now the wider stance. Only do this if it does not hurt your knees, okay? Please watch yourself. So when Teresa first started, right, she was wide and she did a whole thing like this, crossing it up. And I just want to mention to you that the reason that the things that she changed for Senior Fit in that whole series was she saw where people lost the form easily, where the body would take the path of least resistance. And then she changed it. So in other words, why I say that is, when we just did Senior Fit, we zipped straight up and opened, right? And we went to here. Well, when she did regular, the first part of basic, she was wider. So we could go into a wider stance. And I can't give you an exact wider stance. You're going to have to kind of find your place where you bend and where you feel good. Now, where is that? If I bend, I can see that my knee is going to go right about my second toe. My knee's right over my ankle. Okay, here's where I would be too wide. See what's happening on this one? My knee is on the inside of my ankle. Okay, that's too wide. If I'm a little too narrow and I have this wide turnout, now my knee is on the inside instead of where it should be. So that's what I mean. You want to get yourself in a place that the ankle and the knee are in a straight line. So it is a little wider. Yeah, you guys look good. Again, if this is too much, narrow it up. But this is, I kind of lost my train here for a second. But what I was saying is the way that the arms go in the old basic was she would actually cross the midline here, right? And then come up and do a big W that was actually deeper, right? So we did go down lower. But what happens is every time we come here, what happens is the shoulders tend to go forward and the tush comes out. So that's why she now zipped straight up so that we didn't cross midline, allow the upper body to roll in and the tush to roll out. So that's why I like to say with Senior Fit, it's not just for seniors. It's actually harder because she changed where your body is not going to take the path of least resistance. So one more time, bending here, ribs are up. So Let's just cross in the center. See if you can do it without moving the shoulders. Beautiful. Bring it up and open to a wider W. Yes, now think elbow to the front, hand to the back. That looks great. Bring it back up, crossing again, but you're keeping your tail down. Then you're coming right to here and she brought it straight up. Good work. All right, take it down again. Let's do it with the legs if you can. So you're going to bend a little deeper, cross. You're going to start to straighten the legs to a big W. Good. You're going to come up. You're going to bend the legs. And you're going to bring yourself straight up, boxing the ears. Now, just notice about how many of us have our shoulders up, because you almost can't help it. So don't worry about it. I'm just saying that that's why I don't like this one as well. Let's go down again. Cross, all the way up. W, and cross. Thigh bones back and up. We're going to go right into W's. W, beautiful. Bring it straight up. I like to open my arms and put my palms away. So I like to have my hands going the way that my arms are going. Good. Now I like to flip them because now my arms are going up and flip. So there's different ways to do it. That's kind of how I do it. Fingers and thumbs together, W. Good. And hold right there. Just check where you're at. Can you shift into your heels? Can you think thighs back, tail down? Good work. And Adrian, bring your forearms out a little wider and think elbow forward, hand back. Nice work, you guys. All right, let's come up, cross, straight down and up. Whoop, I went to the wrong one. I was focusing on somebody. Let's go W again. W. Now we're going to go straight up. Open the arms away from you. Palms. Now, right here, did you drop? Not too many dropped. Keep those ribs up. Flip and take it straight on up. Good work, and shake it out. Nice, and really shake those shoulders, shake the hands. Beautiful. You guys looked great with that. I can see most of you probably have used that one. I can tell, and you all really kept your tail down. So nice. And then the other is the same. There's really nothing different except you're going to come up to here. It's just that we're doing this with the legs. So I'm going to have us take a drink, take a pause. We're going to end plies here, and then we'll do it more with questions. And I'm going to teach reach scoop. Reach scoop is one of my many, many favorites. And reach scoop is designed to what? See how much space we can get from rib to hip. Now, here's another move where the body always takes the path of least resistance. And what that means is, when we go here, we tend to straighten the leg that should be bent. And we tend to tip and have this shoulder back. So the whole idea is that you are, like if you had two planes of glass on either side of you, you're not touching. You're going complete lateral on the sides. And I will tell you that our sides do not want to stretch like that, which is why we tend to get muffin top and all this, because we're not working those muscles in alignment. That's one of the reasons this is such a powerful move. So I like to teach it by starting with my heels together, like my feet are in a little pie. That will help you get your alignment well. Bend the knees a little. Shift your weight over onto one leg. Keep it bent and just point this one. So I want you to just notice, I can lift this foot off the ground. I'm stable under my bend, okay? In other words, if you have this leg too far out, I can't lift the leg, can I? I have too far to go. So it's just here, just take it out where you can touch the toe. Hips are straight. So one other thing that I like to do in teaching is think about, here are your hip bones. If your hip bones were lights, headlights, your headlights are going to stay forward, okay? They're not going to turn. If your shoulder turns, your headlight's going to turn. So you want the headlights straight ahead, okay? Standing knee stays bent. That's a challenge. Tailbone is down. Good. So the bent leg, that arm is down here. The other arm, we're going to go straight up first just to give a sense. So all you're going to do is inhale. On the exhale, you're going to take this shoulder, you're going to press it down and reach the other shoulder up. Just notice, you might even want to put your hand down the side here just to make sure that you're completely lateral. Now, just kind of do a little bit of a head shake so you get rid of the tension. And I want you to think, lift this arm up high. so that that rib lifts. Then take your hip and feel like you're melting it down. So you have a bi-directional stretch right here. Good work. Now take the top hand, flip it to the outside. Here's your scoop. You're going to reach up even more, stretch even more. You're going to come over and see if you can keep those ribs up. Then we're going to shift back over, bent knee. Good work. Bend this elbow. Good. It's like it's against the wall behind you. Then tilt, 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 tilt your statue, shaking your head out. Just check that this arm is directly on the side. This shoulder should not be back. Okay, you're right in alignment. Shake out your neck tension. Check to see if this leg has straightened. Rebend it. Beautiful. I like to think about my elbow reaching up. That gets you more space. So now you're going to straighten the arm. Can you straighten the top arm? Can you flip it? You're going to scoop now. So you're going over even more. Take this shoulder, press down, reach up, 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 all the way. You've never been so stretched in your life, right? Nice work. And then just come and stand. Stand here for second level. Shut your eyes for a moment and just see if you can connect into how that side that you just stretched, does it feel any different than the other side? Just notice how you're feeling. How are your shoulders? Excellent. All right, so now we're going to go to the other side, okay? So you can open your eyes again. Now, feet in a V again, bending the knees, shift the weight, just lift the foot and touch. Bend that stander. Tailbone is down, you're lifting the ribs even to start. Good work, other arm is straight up. So it's straight leg, straight arm. Good work. This shoulder, now just notice something, shoulders work together. Right, so if you want to lift this shoulder, you can take that shoulder and go down and you'll get even more. So just do this so you get that sense. You're lifting with this one and pressing down with the other one. Can you feel where you feel it? Right there where you need to stretch. Beautiful work. All right, so you're reaching straight up. This arm is lifting. You're melting this hip down. Feel the difference. Flip the top hand. Reach down with this one as you come all the way up and over. See if you can keep the ribs up. Nice work. Shift back over onto this bent leg. Arm is up. Actually, sorry, let's bend the elbow. It's back against the wall. This arm is here. You ready? Making sure this does not go back. It's right in alignment. So let's tip, 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 tip. Good. Lift up with that elbow. Shake out head tension. Knee stays bent and to the little toe. I know it's a lot, right? Let's take this shoulder down using that hand. Reach. Can you straighten that top arm? Flip the top hand. Try not to sink here. Stay up and over, 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 over. Keep the ribs up. Try not to go, oh, that was intense. And straighten it back down. All right, so now we're going to go side to side. Okay, you ready? So let's just get ourselves back in a position. Stretch it up, elbow, beautiful, tip, 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 shaking out tension. This shoulder drops down as that elbow pulls up, keeping this knee bent. So we're gonna straighten, good, flip, one shoulder down, the other's up. Now I call it windmilling the arms. Bring the other arm up and over, come all the way over, bend the elbow. Ribs up. Nice work, you guys. Take that one down and stretch. Try not to sink here. It's not this, it's lifting on both sides. Flip, one arm down, reach up, 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 windmill the arms, shoulders down, switch. Good work, knee is bent and tucked. One more time, reach, 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 reach. Can you straighten the top arm? Reach it, flip, reach down and scoop. And last one, come all the way over so you feel it on the side. Shoulder forward. Good work, that's better. Reach, flip, take this one down, reach up, 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 and I'm just gonna come to level. Woo! Shake it out. Now I just want you to bring your feet back, hip width apart, bend the knees slightly, tailbone, arms down. Just shut your eyes now. Take a deep breath into your belly and exhale. And just see how you feel in your body. If you feel like you've just kind of stretched out, and did that even it off when we did both of them. it's always good to really take a second and check in to see how that move that we just did, how did that affect your body and how did it affect your sensing of your body. So nice work, you guys. We're going to stop that part of it and let's just start to answer some questions and play, okay? So who has a question? They can unmute themselves and let me know. Plies, anything with plies or with the reach scoop? Somebody. Adrian, I think you're on, oh no, you are muted. Sorry, I just didn't see it on my screen. Oh, come on. Surely there's a question. Okay, Marianne.
First of all, I'm dying. So I guess because I couldn't see your hand at the top.
Sorry.
So that's okay. So it's like you're here and you go over and then it's a flip. So all the time the fingers are straight, like out.
Thank you. Let me come back. You know what? Let me drop my camera.
Okay.
Drop my camera. Let me go back. Lift my camera, I guess it is. Yeah, I'll lift my camera so you can see. Thank you for that. I know sometimes the words don't really communicate what we're doing here. That's a great question. All right, so you're here, you're tipping. So if you think about it this way, this will answer a question for all the moves pretty much. I personally like to have my hand whichever way my whole arm is moving. Okay, because everything all works together, right? So this way, I'm moving this way, so my palm is down towards my head, okay? And by the way, just a couple things with this that I've said, but so you can maybe connect better. One of the things that does tend to happen is when we're thinking our mind is on this, we're stretching up this side, what we tend to do is let this one just collapse.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of saying. Now, you might not have brain to body connection yet with that, but just kind of keep that in your mind, that you're really lifting the ribs on both sides.
Okay.
So my palm is down on this, so I'm tipping. Also, you'll notice I do this a lot because for me it helps. So I can put my hand here and think about lifting that elbow. As I lift the elbow up, it's lifting up in the lats, in the ribs. Right, you got that. And then I'd like to have what's called a bidirectional stretch. That's going to lift me from here. If I think about my hip and I think, use my mind to melt that hip down, wow, you get, yes, you felt that, beautiful. Yeah. All right, so you're stretching this shoulder's dropping. Now I'm flipping so my palm is to the ceiling. Yes, now why? Because now I'm going to scoop that arm up. So that way it keeps that shoulder going the right way, up and over. So it's a palm this way, flip to the ceiling, up and over.
Okay, so just pull up from the ribs to keep that side collapsing because I feel that collapse a lot. So just lift it up from the ribs.
Yes, here's a great way to do it too that you can think about, putting your feet hip width apart. And sometimes I'll even do this, like we'll just bend, tuck, and all that, and just say, just put your hands here. Lift that rib cage, lift the weight of your torso from the rib cage up out of the hips. Then drop your shoulders if you can, because I know we tend to do it from here, but if you can really do it from the rib cage using your hand. So in this particular case, you're lifting up, tilt, 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 tilt. Keep those hands lifting just so you get a sense, right? And then pull it back up. That's so hard. Up and over on both sides. You'll see right where you go.
Yeah.
Right, and that's okay. It's okay, but this just gives you a little bit more on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a powerful move. But again, you know, it's just so interesting to see all those places where the body is going to take the path of least resistance, you know, and that's the whole thing with T-Tapp. To me, that's where, when you start to get better form, if you will, it's when you start to recognize where the body takes the path of least resistance and you counter that. So that's when people say, oh, I'm doing it wrong. No, you're doing it just fine, but the body, right, is shifting out. So you have to really get connected to how to keep it up. So that was a great question. Thank you. And I'm glad you asked that so you could see what we were doing with the hand. Yeah. All right, somebody else. Come on, surely there's a plie question. Yeah, Sherry.
It's not really specific. It's just that I felt queasy through all of it. I don't know if I just don't usually do it that intensely, or if I ate a snack before. I did eat a snack before, and so I don't know what is
You
that
feel
normal?
achy, did you say?
Queasy.
Queasy, sorry. Oh, that's interesting, Sherry. So you've just gotten the queasies.
Yes.
And okay, so yay!
Is that good?
So we always clap, you got queasy, which sounds really weird, but what that means is you were releasing toxins.
Awesome.
Right. So, typically I find queasy comes typically when we're doing turns.
Okay.
Typically, because we're squeegeeing the junk out of the spine. However, think about what we were doing, a lot of up and downs. Where do we have another lot of lymph nodes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you're pumping,
Okay.
pumping, 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 pumping.
Okay.
Good work.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm curious because when you stopped, it went away, didn't it?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay. It was.
You're okay. You're even better than okay because you just released that. Okay, so I'm going to recommend drink.
Okay.
Okay, drink. Just because you've released them, you want to make sure that it gets all the way to the organs of elimination and out.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Great question. I will tell you just in case anybody else has another one. Does anybody else have another question?
That's a little one.
Oh, I sin. Hey, darling. Yes.
Which one, me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Yeah, with the plies and the arms, and I even dropping my shoulders, the upper shoulders and the neck are just burning so much, and I don't know how to just allow those to release during. Does that make sense?
It does. And because I've worked with you a lot, I already can tell you that's what it is for you. So, I don't want to tell you to work through the burn because, I wouldn't say that, but maybe just probably a lot of this upper body stuff like this sin just isn't great for where you're at right now because you don't want to get a lot more inflammation going up there. So and probably there are other people that are like that as well, where the shoulders aren't good. So try this. You can just cross at the chest and open. Cross at the chest and bring yourself up to a wide V. I don't think a wide V bothers you, does it? You just go to where you know you need to be.
Okay.
Right, so even there. So it's cross at the chest and open. Cross at the chest and up. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep working on the opening up there because I think it is the knockers that make that area painful.
Absolutely. You're holding weight there. And also you've had things going on with that shoulder and neck that we've been working on, and you've released so much.
It's so much better right now.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah, and we don't want to aggravate it.
Okay.
So sometimes we go too quickly. So yeah, so anybody that's having that issue, cross at the chest. It's still great. It'll still work. And then go up to a V. Try not to come all the way up because this is going to be like, right? And then we do this because we're in pain. The other thing that happens is if you know that you're going to be in pain, like wherever that is, the brain will automatically clench to stop you. And so it creates more resistance. Okay, so unless you're going super slowly and you're like, okay, here's where I know it's going to be, I'm going to relax into it, but we're not going that slowly, okay. So I think the cross at the chest would probably be the best answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Thank you.
Good, you're welcome. Anybody for knees?
Oh, not knees. I was going to say shoulders as well. It's not pain, but it's more like just tension because I'm trying to hold this up and hold my chest up, and it just makes my whole shoulders to ears basically.
Yeah.
And I found that also when you do just like the head roll thing, I feel like it's all too tense because I'm too concentrating on trying to activate so many things at one time. and I don't know how to relax that while having everything back and down.
And you know, maybe you don't for that. If you do, so you haven't had any injury per se.
No.
Right? Yeah, okay. So you're just feeling, gosh, I'm tense.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you recall yesterday where we were talking about that softening across the chest
Yeah.
and relaxing from there, okay? And so that's how you will release that. But the workout is up here.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is what you're doing, and you're stretching it and you're opening, and we're stretching and we're opening. And maybe the answer for anybody that's really feeling tense at this point is just do a couple of repetitions and stop until you have gotten enough, what's the word I want to use? Yeah, just that you can feel like you have enough stamina without tensing everything up to do it.
Right.
Okay, because we still have to challenge the body. That is a challenge. Upper body, you're still stretching it, right? And just trying to think shoulders down, stretch, shoulders down, stretch, and then come in later and just open it up from here so that you can relax here.
Well, it's helpful to know you don't have to try to put your elbows together because mine can only go to about here.
Exactly.
The mobility, because I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Yeah, you don't want to, and then because it always seems like she's in like this or that's, we just assume that when we see it, that it's this, right? But it's not, it's right here. And again, the other thing you can do too is bring the elbows up just slightly higher and think shoulders down, ribs up. Did you see what I did? It's subtle. Shoulders down, ribs up. And boy, does that give it to you. And then come back out.
Right.
The other thing that's interesting, this isn't specific to your question, but I just happen to notice for some of us, what's also really interesting is what we do with our hands.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm meant to be doing with them.
Right, I understand, because there's all different hand positions for different things, and you can use it for different things. It's more about the body taking the path of least resistance, once again. So here, so if you get to here and you're doing a bear claw, stretch the thumbs. I like it this way to do these, okay? Because you're here, you're just turning so the thumbs are to the side. So sometimes I'll just say thumbs to the side. Now watch that the wrist doesn't move, because when the wrist moves, the angles move. See, it's another place that the body's gonna go, nope, don't think so. I'll just do whatever it is. So you wanna be up, really stretch the thumbs here, and then all the way open. See, so look at where my hands are now, Leanne.
Yeah.
So my palm, so it's like forward. But my wrists aren't, I'm not twisting my wrist at all. Linda, I was watching you. You have a tendency, you got that already, to move the wrist.
Oh, see, I get spasms in my ribs sometimes, so it feels like it's cramping with some of the things. I find that with the T-Tapp twist as well. So I think I must be activating the wrong muscles.
No, no, you're probably locked up in your back. Your back is locked up.
Right.
So that's okay. So just only go to where you can, right? Right. So bringing it up. So even right there, can you lift your elbows up slightly higher? There. Now, if you can, just think this. Just see if you can get connected to this, Leanne. Bring the elbows up slightly higher even than that. Higher. And then think shoulders down.
Yeah, this is where I'm doing the neck tense thing.
Right, exactly. So you come to here and you think shoulders down. And then you just turn so the thumbs come in, keeping the elbows up, ribs up, stretching your thumbs. Good work. So right there, Sherry, what I'm seeing is some muscle imbalance. This arm is doing that.
I think that's because of the surgery, but I can stretch it a little bit high.
Can you lift the elbows higher?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, perfect. Now, can you bring your forearms out so that this is level? There. See, here's what happens too. We tend to bring, that was what I was saying, the forearms come in. You want 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Yeah, that looks good, Ginger. Good, and then bring it straight out, palms. Good, Good, Sherry. Do it again. Let me just see as I'm watching you. See, watch. Just pay attention to that arm. The forearm goes in. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Without us knowing. That's what I mean. It's like you have to really watch. There, keep that forearm out even more. Okay, and then bring it out, but just to the shoulder, hold. Your tendency on that same arm is to hyperextend it back. Keep it right out from the shoulder.
Okay.
And palm forward, so stretch your thumbs. Good work. I'm just looking at everybody. Nice. So Allison, your default is still having your forearms out. Bring them in a little bit further. No, sorry, this is what I mean. They're wide. Bring them right to here. There. Now, stretch your knuckles back. So see how my knuckles are bent?
Yeah. Okay.
Right? You're like this. Bring those hands forward. There. It's weird, right? Like you're like, I thought I was doing that, but you weren't. That's it right there. Take a picture. Just kidding. That's it. Now slowly bring them in. Thumbs to the side. Just to there. Now think, ribs up. Beautiful. And then take it right back. Yes, you guys, that's looking so much better. Good, Sharon. Watch this arm. I'll just go like this arm. Sorry. Your hand is turned.
Is this one the problem?
Sherry, I wasn't actually talking to you, but yeah, it's your left one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There must
See,
be
even now your forearm is out. It's not in alignment. There. And then palms forward. Stretch there. Pull the knuckles back. So some of you, I know this is really nitpicky, but you'll feel the difference between bringing your knuckles forward and pull the knuckles back. Feel the difference? Yes, good, beautiful. Nice work. Gosh, everybody looks really good there. I'm just taking a quick look. Hey, Tracy, bring your forearms out just a little bit wider. There. And lift your elbows a little bit higher. I'm just talking to Tracy, although probably we could all do it. Nice. Just that little bit. I got to shake my hands up. Good work, you guys. Shake it all out. See, tiny little things, right? And that's what I mean. Like you wouldn't know it ever. And it's not like, oh, if you're bringing your knuckles forward, you're not going to get results. So I don't want to make it out like that. But could you feel the difference? Pulling the knuckles back. You're going to feel it more up on that arm. So it's just all those little tiny places that the body's like, no, I don't think so. I'm going to change it. Right? And it makes it really, Sin's like, I'm not sure. Good work.
So you prefer bear claw to donuts?
I do in that move. I prefer bear claw, mainly because it's easier for me to teach. Because it's like, okay, because sometimes I would teach it like, okay, your quackers are facing your head. The quackers face your head. Now what are the quackers doing? The quackers are facing your head in. Quackers here, quackers here, quackers here, quackers here. Personally, I find I get more activation here, stretching my thumbs and pulling those knuckles back, and to here, stretch the thumbs, pull the knuckles back. To me, I get more activation. Could you guys feel it? So you can do it either way. Neither of them, there's not one that's right or wrong. I just find it more. So Cindy, I know you're getting tired now. Lift your elbows up higher. Yeah, okay, I know, just because I just want to make sure you saw that. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, you guys, nice. That looks good. Good, Harmony. That looks really nice.
Renee, I have a question about hands.
Yes.
The bear claw. Because I think I've been bear clawing like this, like I'm, and then
Right.
now it's really, okay, get that thumb out. And it's more like this.
You're pulling the knuckles back, yes.
Wow, okay.
You feel the difference though, don't you?
My thumb my thumb goes, hey guys, I have to make it go out. But
exactly. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Our thumbs will do all kind of things. And that's why a lot of times we'll go, stretch your thumbs. Like down here, even in a mitten, it was a mitten, I'll say, because most people won't stretch their thumbs. But feel the difference when your ribs are up, you're here, it's all good. And then I go stretch your thumbs, pull your fingers back. Ew! All of a sudden you feel that all the way up the arm.
Okay, thank you.
I
Yeah.
have a little question.
Somebody was saying something, sorry.
I have a little question.
Oh yeah, Nancy.
Just on your feet, when you do the V and then you put this foot out, just confirming you're on the ball and toes of your straight leg. Can you
Like
hear
on the
me?
reach scoop. You're talking reach scoop?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, that's a great question. For me, I'm just on my big toe.
Okay, but is it okay if you're on the ball? It's like if you
Sure.
need the extra balance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Do what you need to do to balance yourself. Yes.
Okay.
The key to that one is, the reason I go into it a little bit about that leg is because what I see people do is when they set that up, they have this leg let me drop my camera now. They have the leg too far away. So if you look at it, if you kind of look at it, if this leg is way far away and I go to stretch, like I won't get as much stretch here, right? Because I can't move as well. And then to get everything up and over, it's harder. So if I could just have everything, like really feel my whole weight is under that leg, which it is, now I can just drop my foot. But
You
absolutely.
kind of have to really stretch that leg, even though this leg is bent. Even at the beginning, you're stretching that leg up before you even start. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And again, you know, because I love stretching our sides is really important. And you can tell because what's the body want to do? It wants to do this. And that's not a stretch. So people are always like, well, how can I get rid of my muffin top and, you know, all that, which we want to. You've got to be able to stretch the sides, right? And lift up out of your hips. So it also helps with ribs up. But absolutely, Nancy, whatever you need to do to hold your balance is great.
Okay, I get it. I get the stretch now, though.
Yes.
I was putting too much weight over there, so I get that. Okay.
Yes, beautiful. That was a great realization. Really good. Yeah, Sharon.
I didn't
I so
Hey, Sherry, just give me a sec. Sharon's going to ask me a question. I'll get back to you. Okay.
so I have in this arm, it gets tight and kind of caught up. I don't know. I sleep on my side and sometimes I think so when I do this exercise, it starts, Teresa always said, have your arms by your ear. So I try to, and that activates your lats, which that's good. But when I do that, after a few reps by the time I get to the last thing of plies, this arm is like screaming, you know, right here at the shoulder. So what do you recommend? What should I do? Like you said, shoulder back. So maybe I'm hyper extending to try
Can
to
I
get
see? Maybe. I'm not quite sure I'm getting what you're saying. So show me what you're talking about, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I'm talking about when I try to get my shoulders back so that I have my arm where my ear is instead of being a little more forward. It hurts as I do the movement. It's sore.
Got it. Okay, I get you. So I would have your arms a little more in front. That's fine.
So don't worry about that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's where your range of motion is right now. Just keep it there.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes pulling it back, it can be almost hyperextensive. And I'll tell you the other thing that we'll tend to do is we will tend, instead of bringing the arms back when we're focused on it, we do this.
Yeah, because it looks right.
It does, right? and we won't even know we're doing it. It's just we're trying to get those arms back. They won't go, so the head comes forward. And now you've got so much tension in that neck and shoulder.
Right.
So paying attention to keeping that chin there, and then just go wherever you can. It's fine. Right here is fine. For most of us, actually, that's probably, you know, where you want to be. I was just saying when you go out even wider, if you go wider, right there, and then reach up from under the rib cage and you can pull back slightly. For me, that just gives me a really nice opening across the pecs. That's what I'm looking at. But again, if that's too much, see now your arms are bent. Can you straighten them?
Yeah.
There you go. and just, you're lifting up from here, just pulling them back just a little bit to get the stretch, and then
Yep.
go back down.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good question. Thank
But
you.
if it feels sore when I'm doing it, should I just like not do it, just stop doing it, or is it kind of working itself? I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it working itself out and just keep doing it? And
That's a really hard question for me to answer because we all have our thoughts about what sore means.
Right.
You know, when we're activating muscles that we're not used to, we're gonna have a buildup of lactic acid. We're gonna get a little sore, right? I would maybe rest it until it's feeling a little better, and maybe just not going to that intensity. We still want to challenge. You know, like I love it when my muscles feel kind of sore because I know I've worked it. But then there's a difference between that sore and, oh man, I'm really hurting myself. You know,
and it's
you have
kind of
to
more the
discern.
second one, because I've been doing T-Tapp for a long time, the 15-minute, like I do it almost every day. So I'm in pretty good muscle shape. So it feels like maybe because I'm hyperextending it, I just need to back off.
I think that's probably what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Sherry, you wanted to say something else? Sorry.
I actually didn't have a question. I just thought when you said Sharon, you said Sherry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I didn't know there was another.
There's a Sharon. A
Yeah.
Sharon and a Sherry.
Yeah, I can ask a question though. I don't quite understand opening up. If you could kind of give a different term besides opening up, what do you mean opening?
Bring your arms out to the side for me like this. Drop them below the shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. And I just want you to think right in here. How about if I use the words like your shoulders are down, don't jam them, just keep them down. Just think soften. Soften across here. Soften and open. Can you get a sense of it?
Is it relax?
Yes. Okay. Relax.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Instead of trying to protect my.
Right. Maybe if I share this with you one more time, sometimes just the visual. When we're hunched and we're all up in here, when we have neck and shoulder tension, it's because everything is being pulled up and in. Okay. This is what our bodies are doing, especially when we're tense, we're under stress, we're looking at the computer, we're doing whatever. It's coming from here. From here, it's pulling in, okay? That's what tension does. So what we're doing is we're relaxing here. We're opening up from here and just saying. Now I'm gonna show you, if you really have tight neck and shoulders, it's like just not releasing, a really nice thing to do is if you have either a cushion or like a yoga bolster or something like this, it has a little height to it. A great thing to do, I'm just going to get on, I'll drop this camera just to show you because it's really, really helpful to release out tight muscles in here. And maybe this will also just give you an idea. Now, obviously I'm short. You may need to have something else behind here, but I'm just going to get on here so that this supports my spine. I'm going to go down to where the top of the bolster hits right at my occiput. So my head's not dropped back. It's supported by the bolster. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now, because it's up off the ground, I'm relaxed here. My legs are holding me. I'm just going to open my arms out, drop them down below my shoulders, and just open them out here. And I'm going to think, breathe into my heart. Deep breath, exhale, slow, and melt and open. And what happens is all this starts to just open up and relax. And because you're supported, you can really relax into that position and allow that to open. And then that will help the shoulders now know it's safe to relax and open. Okay, so for any of you that have really tight neck and shoulders, it's a great thing to do. You can do it while watching TV if you want, just relax into it and breathe. And I think you'll find that when you get back up, it's like, oh, wow, you've just opened everything up.
Okay.
I've been doing that on my ottoman, and it's amazing. It helps so much.
It helps so much. Thank you, Sin, for sharing that. Yeah, it really is a beautiful way to just relax and open up in there. So anybody that was talking to me, I think, Leanne, you were saying that you're really tense here. It's just a great thing to do, and it really helps And then you get more brain body connected to, oh, now I'm starting to feel those shoulders come up and in. And then, oh, maybe I need to relax back on the bolster. So it also gives you that felt sense, that somatic sense of what's happening. So you can relax it more in the moment, which is good. Yeah, Harmony.
Oh.
Good. Go ahead, Cindy. Okay, I'll have Harmony first and then Cindy. Go ahead, Harmony.
I have a question. Actually, I have two questions that I think are related. And I think they're related to what we were just talking about with the chest opening. When I think of relaxing the chest or that gentleness, I actually tend to go down like this. Can you see that? It's relaxing down, it's relaxing open and up. And what my original question is about the tail down in plies. I am losing brain body connection with the tail down in plies, and I don't notice it until I look in the mirror and I go, oh, look, my bottom's sticking out behind me. And I know that I have a tendency for my whole being to be, this is an exaggeration, but the hyperextension this way. I'm just wondering, you know, I want to get more brain body connection with tail down in plies. And I also am curious about this opening here. Is it maybe my body's wisdom that wants to soften down instead of softening open? Do you see what I mean?
I do. Could be. In terms of tail down with plies, are you doing wide plies or narrow plies?
Well, I had been doing narrow plies, but I started working with your basic workout, the new one, and it's wider. So I'd been doing wider ones, and that's after a while I started to work with the mirror and going, oh my gosh, you know, I'm out here.
All right, so I would find your place, how far down you go without sticking the tail out.
Okay.
Wherever that place is. So you might want to just go to here and come up. Just start making it a smaller movement where you can keep that back flat. Okay. And the other thing you might want to do is find that place and then hold it for at least some of the plies.
Oh, not go up and down?
Try just holding it. I mean, believe me, this is a lot of muscle. Just holding it here, right? Keeping it down. And then just work upper body.
Okay.
Go in and up and down and up. Just hold it.
Okay. And that gets more brain body connection in here?
Right. And then you might then just want to go just a little tiny bit. Just down just a little and up. Just a little. You'll just kind of have to see where your place is. Yeah. Good. And up and then just bend just a little, just maybe slightly, and then straighten and then just bend it a little bit, keeping the tail. That looks good, Harmony. You're not sticking your tail out.
Okay. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to think about this one where you're pulling forward. That's interesting because actually what I'm doing really is not arching my back or sticking my chest forward when I'm doing this. Now it is when I'm on the bolster because I'm opening.
Right.
Right, but I'm still holding it here. It's just a softening as opposed to a pull the arms back. Now, for those of us who are always rounded forward, it does help. You know, we'll do this just to kind of, because we need to open, but maybe instead of thinking opening back, you're going to think just soften across.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I'm doing when I'm softening and I kind of feel it down is my shoulders roll forward. But if I feel
really interesting.
Softening, but the shoulders stay not back, but
no, they're in alignment.
Yeah, that feels like it right there.
That looks like it. Yeah, you're right in alignment.
Because I don't feel like I'm overextending, and I don't feel like I'm hanging down either.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're right in alignment.
Great, great.
And even the chin is nicely tucked. You could probably tuck it back just a tad, and you're lifting from the top. Your ear's right in alignment with the middle of your shoulder. That looks great.
You know, it's gentler than I thought.
Ah.
Years I've been doing ribs up.
Ah, very good. Okay. And you know what? Probably what I'm seeing, if that's your normal basic, your ribs up is not necessarily ribs up. It's ribs forward.
Forward?
Well, are you not ribs forward?
Oh yeah, it's the arching, it's the Titanic, right?
Yes, your
Yeah.
rib. So what's happening is you're pushing your rib cage forward,
Like a tilt.
not lifting it.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I will play with that.
Yeah, boy, it's subtle, isn't it? It's so subtle. It's like, golly. But
And it's
that's
hard-
it. Yeah, listen up. But boy, I tell you what I did for years and years, girls? I leaned back. That was my tuck. I just leaned back. Lean back, lean back. I would be like this because look, when you're leaning back, you feel your abs engage. Right? That was my, instead of ribs up, I leaned back. So instead of ribs up, you're pulling your ribs forward. There's all these different words. That's why I try to come up with different words and ways to do it, to think about it, so that some way will hopefully help. But yay, we found a good one. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cindy, did you have something before we end?
Yeah, I have one more question. Can you show me the feet again for the start of the reach scoop?
Reach scoop, yeah. I just put my heels in a V.
A big V.
Yeah, like a pie. Yeah, and so you just figure the leg that's gonna be, you're gonna be bending and standing. It's like at that nice angle. Your knee will be over second toe. Your weight, I just shift my weight there, and then I just point the toe over.
Okay, so your knee is not technically facing forward.
No, it's not. It's at an angle.
It's like over here.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, this is my knee. These are my knees.
Correct.
Okay, and then okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Comes from where I'm standing, it looks like it's straight, and I'm like, you can't
Yeah,
have
it probably does. No, I'm at an angle. Now in senior fit, not to make it everybody crazy, in senior fit, actually, we have the leg more forward. But in regular, for what you need, I have it at an angle.
Okay.
And then he goes out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, good catch. All right, you guys, are we complete for today? What do you think? Woohoo! Beautiful. All right, so I will have this up probably in an hour in the back if you want to review it, and I will see you tomorrow, 12:30. Woohoo! Bye, guys.
Thank you, Renee.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Renee.
Bye. Bye.